what Saudi money is doing to the YouTube. What?
Recently, Saudi Arabia, which you might know for this and this, has been making a massive push into YouTube and entertainment in general. Trying to promote itself as a modern innovator in the digital world.
What?
The push comes from its General Entertainment Authority, a new government agency created by Prince Mohammed bin Salman to make Saudi Arabia a hub for all things fun. And despite what you might have heard a lot, the new foray into YouTube isn't just about oil, but a recognition of where real power is growing and cementing the royal family's authority into that power.
Saudi's really trying to push itself into entertainment?
Just a quick recap. Saudi Arabia is absolutely dependent on oil. It's home to the world's largest oil field, as well as being the world's largest oil exporter. Since it started producing in the 1930s, Saudi Arabia has become an increasingly...
They bought EA? How can you just buy EA?
...strategic country to court, signing many arms and economic deals with the United States primarily. Its state-owned oil company, Saudi Aramco, is one of the 10 most valuable companies on Earth. They're responsible for financing roughly 60% of government revenue, as well as keeping the entire economy propped up through secondary sectors. Saudi Arabia is also famously an absolute monarchy, where power and resources are delegated out by the royal family. They're, of course, scared of the huge risk involved if oil ever runs out or its price crashes. As state collapse means in practice, this family is yoinked out of power. Concerns have never been higher recently as the world tries desperately to deploy new sources of energy, and the cartel meant to protect its profits can't seem to work together anymore. The kingdom had a front row seat to the waves of democratic movements which spread across the Arab world in 2011 and has come to one major conclusion. Keeping power means getting off of oil ASAP. Their major tool to do this has been with the Public Investment Fund, a nearly $1 trillion account kickstarted with the state's oil money.
Kickstarted? What do you mean $1 trillion just to kickstart something? Holy fuck. Imagine kickstarting with $1 trillion. That is inconceivable to me. $1 trillion. Oh my fucking god.
But now holding a wide range of assets. The PIF is now where Saudi Arabia goes if it needs any financing behind its projects. Need a new city? Boom, PIF money. Need to buy a couple of sports leagues? PIF money. And recently, that very PIF money has been flowing into our lovely, lovely platform.
What the fuck is this fucking thumbnail, dude? Jesus Christ.
Now, before we get into the YouTube part, I just want to do a quick disclaimer so nobody gets the wrong idea. If anybody at the Public Investment Fund wants to sponsor me, please hit me up. Please.
Please! Anybody in Saudi Arabia wants to sponsor me, please! I'll stream daily. I'll make a schedule, please.
I'll fly to Saudi Arabia. I'll do the propaganda piece. I'll even play beast games, please. Beneath the PIF is the General Entertainment Authority, headed by a man named Turki Al-Sheikh. He's one of the key...
Guys, please start my streaming career with $1 trillion. That's all I ask for. Nothing too much.
Architects of this new fun vision of the kingdom. His main task is to build up Riyadh Season, a yearly 6-month event fitted with theme parks and city-style attractions, and I'll be honest, sports. It's mostly sports. To try to create a tourist sector in the city. And
that's smart, though. That's genuinely smart.
Turki himself is a pretty big YouTube fan. He regularly posts pictures of his meetings with Mr.
Oh, so that's where Mr. Beast is getting that goddamn type of money from.
Beast, KSI, I Show Speed. When a fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez fell through, he suggested they go at it in a Mr. Beast sanctioned fight for the belt.
He is that rich where he could just like make them do this? Oh my god.
Let
of
them
YouTube.
bring Mr. Beast, and we can sanction it with Disney, and everyone will subscribe and see it.
Jake Paul versus Mr. Beast.
And his connections and fangirling do translate into real deals. KSI and
What? God, money talks, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
Speed have together promoted a Saudi-owned game, and the Riyadh season 2025-2026 announcement was presented by Turkey with this video where KSI and Speed play different games throughout the city.
Whoa.
A big part of that year's Riyadh season was Beastland, an entire...
So that's why this has been happening? Wow, dude. This is insane to see this, like, of what is what is happening behind the scenes and what is going on. Wow.
Centered theme park that popped up for 44 days in late 2025. Choosing Riyadh as its location turned out to be an unsurprisingly controversial decision.
Oh, so that's why. Oh my god.
Mr. Beast's official explanation was that it was to cater to his global audience, and Saudi Arabia
Right. Mr. Beast, just say you have a sugar daddy. It's okay. It's okay.
acted as a nice central point for his fan base. However, a LinkedIn post shows him at least 5 months prior signing some sort of document
Oh my god. Wow.
alongside Turkey Al-Sheikh, who is of course the weight behind that glorious public investment fund.
Oh my god. Imagine knowing one of the people that's able. Oh my god. That is insane. That is actually insane.
Cash. Also during Riyadh season, Mr. Beast uploaded a video where contestants played the old last to take their hands off of a plane wins it while driving through an empty Riyadh highway. And look, I'm no expert on Riyadh's governance structure, but I'm 99% sure you can't shut down a major street without explicit government approval.
Yeah, true.
After its release, Turkey took to Twitter and Instagram to promote the video, saying the challenges have officially landed in Riyadh. Fire. So I would just assume that there's some sort of PIF to
Oh my god.
GEA to Mr. Beast connection there. They got the crown jewel.
Guys, imagine having a Saudi prince be one of your fans and is able to like control a funding money pool. I highly doubt they are a fan. I think they are a fan. That's why they
YouTube to promote Riyadh in Riyadh.
The best people to like genuinely help you in life are people who genuinely are fans of you, in my opinion. In my opinion, the best editors, the best people around you, the best managers are the people who genuinely respect what you do. You know what I mean?
Of course, spawning a ring of videos and short videos around Beastland for the
This is the reason why I only pretty much hire people who watch me. Only. Like, if you don't know me and whatever, then I would rather just, like, wait until, like, somebody does know me and then work with them.
Chaser cast.
Like, even if they are not as good as the other person, I don't care. I think I will always want to rather work with somebody that knows me because they know my humor. They already know what I'm doing. They already believe in me and the way that, like, you know what I mean? They already believe in me, what I want to do in life and stuff like that. They see the vision.
Cash in on the hype.
With thousands of people filming us generating millions of views on TikTok, we officially took over the city of Riyadh.
So even though the LinkedIn tier comments below this post are kind of cringy, they're right. Riyadh and Saudi Arabia absolutely benefit from welcoming this innovation and advertising.
Hey, I mean, like, shit, dude, guys, if they have the money to, like, do that kind of shit, I think that's a kind of a W that they're, like, thinking about their country's, like, money and stuff like that, because it's really important for the economy, especially on them. If oil becomes gone, then it's practically GG's for everybody there. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. No, they want to diversify, and at the same time, they're like literally making it better. You know, making their country more like tourist friendly as well. Isn't that a good thing? Hello everyone! I'm having a special Christmas plushie drop of one of my mascots, Boomy. This will be available until December ends, so do not worry. There's a lot of time to buy your own little Boomy. Much love everybody and happy holidays.
Speaking of Riyadh, you have to at least mention these guys paid up to $1.5
Clueless. Am I wrong?
million to perform
Am
at
I
the
clueless?
Riyadh Comedy Festival. Many of whom run their own quite successful podcasts on YouTube. What they had to say about the festival and
Blood money. Oh.
Saudi Arabia in general afterwards was mostly positive.
I like that turkey guy. I like turkey. He puts his mind to something, it's happening. He's like, I'm gonna get WWE, it's happening. I'm gonna get UFC, it's happening. I'm gonna get boxing, it's...
That's marketing and state power at work right there.
Oh.
Actually, on the topic of podcasts, the most watched podcast on YouTube is not one from America, but one produced by Saudi outlet Thamania featuring self-help guru Yasser Al-Hazimi. This
Whoa.
Arabic language podcast has, as of today, reached over 150 million views. For context,
Deme
Donald
Saudi
Trump-
Arabia is just throwing money at everything to get a second revenue. So much blood money. They are trying to build a 2 trillion megacity called The Line. Link.
What? Oh, this!
2 years ago, we remember
I remember this.
The Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast many pundits claim won his support with young men, and the election only has 60 million views. So maybe the real question is, with this much power on YouTube, why aren't more governments getting involved with the platform? Why does it seem like only the Saudi government understands where the world is heading? The real chess move is not just using YouTube
Dude, this looks insane. Out of context, this is the most insane image I've ever fucking seen.
to diversify its economy away from oil, but gaining the first mover
This is the most insane image I've ever seen out of context in my life. Imagine if you just like screenshotted this, sent this to somebody, and be like, "Yo, man, like, what the is this?"
by really institutionalizing content creators as promoters of the kingdom. Oftentimes, industries just pop up wherever the first place to build them up is. You know, the car industry originally centered around Michigan, Silicon Valley where the integrated circuit was invented, and, I don't know, bringing YouTubers into the physical world in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This whole saga actually reminds me of two things. One is a video my oldest friend Ryan Getty made called Why Do Liberals Suck at YouTube, talking about how the Democratic Party just does not understand the platform. But instead, I would extend it to pretty much every established government. They all suck at YouTube. And two was an attempt by my old Prime Minister Justin Trudeau where he tried to start communicating through YouTube, got one viral video where his team seemed to really understand what makes a video big about changing the Canadian immigration system, which garnered 2 million views across
They changed the
its two
immigration
languages,
system? To what?
and then immediately went back to bricking. They just can't do YouTube. Good publicity on the platform comes through the grapevine from people which viewers trust, not directly from the government.
True.
Saudi Arabia at least seems to understand this, using its endless cash pool to promote its products, events, and country, almost never doing this directly coming out of Prince MBS's mouth. Another way Saudi Arabia is buying its way into entertainment is through the video game industry.
What?
Not just through gaming creators, directly financing esports groups like 100 Thieves and FaZe, or hosting the esports
Are you serious? They are?
World Cup with a prize pool 3 times bigger than the PGA Championships in the same year. But also trying to make the games that will be shown on the platform, which gaming has grown quite symbiotically with. On September 29th, 2025, one of the craziest
I had no idea, to be honest with you. I don't pay
developments in
attention to
video
this.
gaming and honestly media in general happened when EA, America's third largest gaming company, was acquired by a group led by the PIF for $55 billion, making this history's largest leveraged buyout.
Would you accept Saudi money? I would be lying if I said no. If it's life-changing, I'm sorry, dude.
Saudi Arabia
It's hard to say
is
no to
now
that.
the majority shareholder of the game.
At least I'm
developer.
honest, dude.
Forget private equity,
At least
this is
I'm honest,
some
dude.
step
I'm
beyond.
sorry, man.
Anything now
Like, as
developed-
long as it's like still my event, but it's just being funded or whatever, and it's still my thingy and whatever, and it's still like you know what I mean? If it doesn't take away from what I want to do, and it's just like a normal sponsor, yeah, dude. Like what?
developed by EA, FIFA, The Sims, Madden will now directly profit the Saudi kingdom. This buyout will have massive ramifications on not just video games, but how Hollywood and the entertainment business...
What's the boundary? As long as I am not having to do something I don't want to do. That's it. Literally, that's my boundary.
at large works.
I don't know I don't know what contracts it is. I don't know what they're actually offering. I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, like, in the opportunity of like, hey man, if you want to get sponsored and stuff like that, and you want to create this event, and we can sponsor you from that, and we can make the price pool bigger for everybody. How can I say no to that?
Mostly through the mechanism of begging for oil money. The PIF has also bought Savvy Games, the creator of Monopoly Go, Niantic's Games arm, the creator of Pokemon Go,
Interesting.
as well as holding significant stakes in Nintendo, Capcom, Nexon, and Take-Two, the developer of 2K,
Oh my-
Civilization, and the world's largest game franchise, Grand Theft Auto.
So that's why they can afford to delay. You know what? I've always wondered where the money is coming from for Grand Theft Auto 6 to be delayed and delayed, because that costs millions and millions of dollars, by the way. For them to delay it so far is millions, literal millions of dollars just to delay the game's release and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, where the fuck are they getting this money from to be able to like just delay the game? And I'm like, holy fuck. And then I'm just like, damn.
Put another way, of the 5 best-selling video games of all
In my opinion, I would rather have the game delayed than it would be to be released in its dog shit. Like a you know, like a what's that game that was so
Hello,
shit when
chat
it was
and
released, and it
Dean.
will slowly just get better, and because the developers are actually genuinely working on it. Cyberpunk, and there's another one. There's another one. No Man's Sky. Apparently, No Man's Sky is perfect now, and it's great, and they're like doing everything they want to do, what they wanted to promise and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? I genuinely think the whole deadlines and whatever has ruined gaming, in my opinion. I think it should release when it's ready. And there should never really be a deadline. It should just be like, okay, we're happy with this and we can finally say a date. But because of how, like, you know, the world works and stuff like that, it can never really be like that. Think about the shareholders, think about the blah, 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 blah. It's all about money now. Because, like, how can you, it's just hard. Unless you're indie, you have to pretty much like break your back.
time, if released today, 4 of them would at least be partly financed by Saudi Arabia. A simple explanation to this might just be that there's enough of a local market for video games. A government report says that 70% of Saudi citizens play or watch games at least twice a week.
Hey man, I mean, like, at least somebody's funding the gaming industry. Kagamiya, Cage, thank you so much for 3 months. Isn't this a good thing, technically? Even if, like, even if you have your opinions on, like, well, where that money is coming from and whatever. I mean, isn't it good that it is being funded? Like,
a stat that Prince MBS himself is a part of. And
No?
region-wide,
Oh, shit.
over 330 million Arabic speakers are part of the video game market. That's more gamers than the Anglosphere. And yet, not many developers come out of the Arab world. So it's part of Saudi's industrial policy
Why
to
GXD?
fix
Because you
that error in
won.
their eyes. As part of their national
God, yeah, as if any other country is better, technically. Like, holy shit, dude.
gaming and esports strategy, They
Would you rather
explicitly
it be the
are trying
US?
to foster production of games promoting Saudi and Arabic culture, with the goal of producing 30 major games by 2030. The first might already be here. In 2025, free DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage was announced. Ubisoft doing free DLC?
A free DLC? What? No way. What?
That can't be right. The catch? It was financed and developed through the PIF's freshly acquired Savvy.
See, I feel like is that not a good thing towards gaming if they're like they have so much money to the point like is that not a good thing for gamers?
Games announced right after Ubisoft's CEO went to Saudi Arabia
No.
on a state trip.
Nothing is
Conveniently,
free.
The DLC takes place in the ancient Arab city of Al Ula, which just so happens to be a city that modern-day Saudi Arabia is
Wire, I see now.
trying to turn
I'm
into
starting
a
to get
tourist
it.
hub. This expansion was
Foxy.
met with quite positive reviews.
Hey, dude, if the game is actually good and the DLC is actually good, and it's like, I kind of don't mind that.
Not least of all, where most people nowadays get their reviews, on YouTube. It's more important than ever to understand YouTube if you want to keep authority.
Guys, I feel like I'm out of my depth when it comes to this conversation because, like, I'm talking about, I'm giving my opinion with something I don't know anything about.
And yet, the vast majority of governments, and until recently, news outlets, just don't
FYI.
get it. Over the last few decades, the global trend has been one of the merging
Normal XQC stream. Hey, at least I'm saying it, dude. At least I'm saying it. I don't know anything where that money is coming from. I don't know anything about that country. I don't know anything about it. But like, dude, I'm seeing free and gaming in the same like sentence. I'm like, oh, yippee!
of governments and business. In fact, I'd say now more than ever in my life, they're linked like this. It becomes important in this new world for a state to understand where business is moving to, and attention undoubtedly is shifting
Wow, this is very, very super in depth.
to YouTube. So while a major part of the reason Saudi Arabia is buying its way onto the platform is to diversify itself away from oil, it's also probably one of the smartest moves a national government has made in digital policy. Unfortunately, autocracies might just be better suited for massive YouTubers than democracies. Could you imagine the backlash if an American city closed down a major highway to film a Mr. Beast video? Worth it. At least, it might be worth it if you stay in good grace with the people in charge. I think most people are right.
I don't know, man. It's kind of scary though, no? Like once you start working with like this kind of like level of money, I feel like there's always something you gotta lose for that.
To be worried about an autocratic kingdom gaining this much of a cultural cachet on a platform everyone around the world uses, especially a country that has been known to chop up dissidents.
What?
So get ready for that PIF cash to come flood into YouTube. The Saudi coding trend that has been happening to entertainment is finally coming here.
Jesus.
If you subscribe right now, I will personally go to Saudi Arabia to secure my own PIF-led hoser venture. But they'll only let me do it if I hit 1 million subscribers.
Let me see this. Don't forget that Saudi Arabia is a huge financer in Paramount's bit. Oh, I have something to say about that, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. I miss old YouTube. There's something very dystopian about calling it an entertainment authority, as if they're policing having fun. There will be 72 AI girlfriends for premium users. Saudi Arabia tries to promote itself as an innovator, not just a petro state. Also, Saudi Arabia innovates on nothing, buys up innovations from other countries with oil money. It's only domestic industry. Something exists, Saudi Arabia, how much is it for it? Guys, Am I the only one that thinks that oil money will never go away? Like, how the fuck will oil ever go like downwards in like money? Oil is finite. Yeah, oh, if only if the oil ends. Oh my! Do you think that's coming soon because they're trying to like diversify already? Oh my god! Maybe that's gonna happen soon then.